What's going on, everybody? This is Goofy Rexy. Hope you guys are all doing well today. So today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the top 5 quality of life improvements that I want to see in 2021. 2020, we've had some improvements. I'm not going to lie to you. Scopely, you did some good things. You did some good things here. But realistically, there's still some things in 2021 that I would love to see. And I want to talk about those things here with my brother. I got him here. ValleyFlyin, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man?
Woo! Yeah, baby. I am so happy we are finishing out 2020. This was a very weird year this year. So 2021, bring it, baby. I'm ready for you. And I'm ready for some of these changes.
Absolutely. Let's go. Now, full disclaimer. Valley, you did a list on your channel too, brother. You did a list on your channel too.
Yes. With some honorable mentions. I'm
going to have some honorable mentions too. There's too many things that I want to change. Right. So there's going to be some honorable mentions on mine too as well. But point is, make sure that you guys go check out his list too as well. We didn't look at each other's list before we did this, so we don't necessarily know what exactly is on each other's list, but go check it out, guys. It's definitely going to be a good, and let me know which list you think is actually better. But we're going to dive into the game here.
Yes, guys. After you watch my list, come back here and let them know why my list is better.
No, don't listen to him. It's not true. That's not true. Okay.
I don't know. Well, you guys decide. Go and watch, and then come back and let them know which one you like better.
Okay, fine. I'll let you guys decide. You're gonna make the decision, but obviously make the right choice with my list being the better list. All right, just make sure you get the right choice. All right, man.
Let Goofy know Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Let's start talking about Home Alone. Let's talk about Home Alone. All right, so let's dive into the game, guys. I mean, I think you potentially may have talked about this one already here, but we'll talk about some honorable mentions actually before we even dive directly into it. So
I like it.
One of the honorable mentions that I actually wanted to talk about here was raid energy. So for me, I'm someone that doesn't always have a lot of time to spend in the game, and there are moments where I definitely just want to be able to come in and take care of my lane and just do all of my raid attacks all at once. But for whatever reason, you have to wait until this charges all the way up in order for you to be able to do it. And then once you don't have to wait for it to do it, but once you use all of this energy, you're essentially done. You got to wait a couple more hours and log in again to be able to do all of your raid attacks. I would like it if they would just allow for you to get all your energy all at once and then just jump right into, finishing up your raid lane and then moving on with your life. Because there's so many other things to do in the game. I just want to be able to go in, do my raids all at once and then move on. What do you think?
So kind of like the arena credit system?
Yeah.
Where you just get a bunch of credits per day and all right.
Yeah, kind of to get your credits per day, you can kind of go in and just take your full-on lane right at once. It's an honorable mention. That's just kind of one of my things. It's not my top 5, but it's one of my honorable mentions here that I wanted to talk about.
Okay. So this one doesn't count, right? Since it's an honorable mention.
It's an honorable mention. This one doesn't count. It's an honorable mention. All right. Now, another honorable mention for me is blitz shards. This is one that we've been talking about for a long time. I think it's kind of not particularly fair that beginner players have to sort of compete with your launch day players who've been playing for over 500, 800 days. I would like if they kind of just split the blitz shards, kind of like your arena shard in a sense, but instead of doing it where you're only going against people who you're just started playing the game with or around the same time. With blitz, I would like it if they just allowed for you to kind of split the stars like 0 to 500 and then 500 plus. I would like it if they kind of just split the shards, put the blitz shards that way, so it'll be easier for everybody that's involved.
I like that one. That's been a huge request of the community for a while. So yeah, it's hard to compete if you have a 2 million collection power roster with someone that has a 12 million collection power roster. It's just you're not gonna be placing if you have that collection power. So yeah, getting more shards, competing with players with that similar collection powers than you would be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the whole community, for everyone.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Another one of my honorable mentions is API. It would be nice if they had some sort of an integration where you could manage your roster better. Yeah, we have MSF.gg, but something similar to where you could extract, your roster, be able to then manage that outside. I'm kind of a little bit of a geek sometimes where I like to kind of just put things into Excel spreadsheets. It would be better for me to plan out my roster, plan out war attacks, things like that. It would be better if they just had things like API, that would that'll be better for, I think, everybody. So much simpler. And instead of having to do it with like a bot to do it for you and stuff, just have it do it automatically would be very, very nice. Absolutely. Another one of my pet peeves is fountainable. This is not, we're not going to spend too much long time on this, but what in the world is fountainable? Why was that mentioned in a blog post? This is just something that just popped into my head. We don't have to talk about it too much, but fountainable. What the hell is fountainable, Scopely?
It's when a character goes to a war store. Specifically the war store, right?
It has to be.
I guess that's the only thing that makes sense.
Fountainable. It just added insult to injury. Don't say things like fountainable to me.
I think what they were thinking, they thought they were at farmable, and then they were like, you know what? I don't think we should use the word.
Right.
Let's write obtainable, and then they just forgot to delete the first part of the word. And I think that's what happened.
100%. It has to be a typo. 100%. That has to be a typo.
No, that is a typo. I looked it up in Google. I was like, what is fountainable? Is there some other meaning that I'm not aware of? There's no other meaning. It means like it's like a fountain. Right. So there's nothing.
Sorry.
Or at least I couldn't find anything.
Right. We couldn't let that go. Sorry. We had to harp on that. We couldn't let that mistake go.
That would be a meme that lives throughout all of 2021.
Without question.
It's going to go on and on and on.
100%. All right. Well, we can kind of dive into the list. So real list here.
All right, this is top 5 now.
This is the top 5 now. So all
right, here we go, guys. Here we go. I'm excited for this.
My top one thing that I want to change in the game, not top, but one of the first things I want to talk about here is Red Star promotion. I think that for a long time, that we have the Elite Store, right? And you get there's more ways now, not as often, as I would like still, but there's more ways now in this game where you're going to be able to get your Red Star promotion credits, Silver promotion credits, your Gold promotion credits. But it's still so RNG based that you have to wait on your character to show up in that store before you're actually able to promote them. So I would like if they actually made it so, like, you see this right here. Well, you guys probably can't see it, but in game, where the red stars are and the gold stars are, it would be nice if you were able to just click on this section here, just like how I'm pulling this up, and then be able to just click an upgrade button that would allow for you to just, hey, I have the 50 promotion credits. Let me hit that button. Let me hit that button there. And then now I can upgrade to get a 4 or 5 red star black bolt or whatever it is that you want to upgrade. I think that would be a really nice addition, quality of life for me, when it comes to Marvel Strike Force.
Oh, that would be huge if they did something like that. No store, you just get to do it on the character that you want as soon as you get the credits. That would be amazing if they ever chose to do that. So I'm crossing my fingers that this one comes to fruition, because that would be very big win for the players if they did this.
Of course, and especially right now too, where ISO 8s are we're kind of feeling like that's going to be the new Red Star promotional credit system.
Oh, there's ISO 8 is way better than Red Star, bro. The ISO 8 is way better than Red Stars.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, well, just give us this feature so we can just upgrade our characters with our promotional credits. That's what I would think. I think it would be nice. I know y'all would like it. I know you've already said, Valley, that you would like it too.
Everyone would like it, except for Scopely, maybe.
Of course.
But hopefully they come around this year.
hopefully they come around this year. And another thing, so Save Squad, we've talked about this, at length. I'm kind of going to group. Oh my goodness. I'm going to group this in a little bit too here. But for Save Squads, I like that this new editing feature, right? I do like this new editing feature where you can take a character out and then you can hit save. That's actually a really nice added feature. But what we've been asking for a long time now is, can you give us some tabs where we can start slotting in our war teams, because war offense teams, because your war offense teams, obviously they kind of change. Sometimes I put Ultron with power armor. Sometimes I put them with Inhuman. Sometimes, like I would like to be able to have some variations of save squads for war offense or raids, like Greek raids. Oh my goodness. Like every single season of raids that we change, I have to delete a save squad and then save another 3 squads again, just so I can go through and do my beta or my gamma or my, like my alpha raids. Like, just give us some more tabs so that we can organize our save squads a little bit better, on Marvel Strike Force.
I think that's one of the biggest things that the community has been wanting for a long time. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. I'm not sure why we got 20, then 25. Now we have 30. Why don't you just make it unlimited? Why don't you give us 50? Right. Why don't you give us 30 and 4 tabs or something like that? Every time they add a game mode, add another tab of 30 or something like that. That's yeah. This is long overdue. I'm not sure why it's taking so long to get more save squads.
Yeah, another thing that thought has popped into my head too. You're probably using a bunch of different team variations now for probably your RTA, right? So that's another sort of kind of additional, because they ban a character every week, every week, so you got to use a different character. So just having a little bit of the differentiation between who you can select for RTA would also be pretty cool too.
Yeah, I would. Every game mode, a new game mode, real-time arena, normal arena, raids, war, blitz. Every mode has a tab.
Yeah,
I would like that.
100%. Another thing next thing that I would say that's on my list here is kind of touching back. So obviously we talked about Fountainable, but kind of just touching back on the other aspect of this too as well, where they keep this. It's a very big deal. Stop using the word farmable when a character is in orbs. Could you stop, please? You've said it multiple times now that they're farmable. They're not farmable because it's super RNG based. There's 130 something characters in a particular orb. Just because you put them in, an orb doesn't mean that they're farmable. Stop using the word farmable. That would improve my quality of life personally. I don't know about you, but
so maybe farmable is when they're in orbs, and fountainable is when they go to a store.
Gotta be.
That has to be the definition of the Scopely headquarters.
The Scopely definition. First of all, here's another quality of life that I would like, Scopely. Could you please also on your website, could you please put up a glossary section of what the definitions of the things that you say are? That would also help me out a little bit too. Just so I can understand just a little bit of what you're trying to say. I would like that.
Valuable lessons were learned this year, guys.
Super valuable lessons.
Let me know in the comments if you remember what that reference is.
But that's a quick one. Obviously, I'm being silly as I possibly can be here. But
was that number 3 on your list? The definitions?
That was number 3 on my list. I just want better. Definitions just to understand what exactly they mean. I don't want to have to guess and try to figure things out anymore. I just want them to kind of figure things out. And just give me an understanding of what you're saying so that I can be better prepared or better understand what it is that you're doing. Okay. Now, next one for me is another big one too for raids. For some of these nodes, it's okay, to kind of go through them, right? That you can get through them rather quickly. But for some of these boss nodes, like a War Machine node, right? That's going to take a little bit longer, for you to be able to do 15 characters in a particular node. I would like if they adjusted the timer on those nodes just a little bit, maybe give it an extra 3 minutes, because it takes longer for you to kind of wear down those teams and to eliminate those characters. And a lot of times, like a lot of us will do. I know I do it a lot. I don't know if you do it, but the time starts going, and here I am now. I have to go through and just hit auto, and my cooldowns are messed up because I'm sitting here because the note's taking too long to get rid of all of these 15 characters.
Yeah, What I normally end up doing on some of these nodes, I know they're going to take a while. Start the battle off right. Make sure they do everything right in the beginning. Make sure they don't get RNG death in the beginning, right? Because that is when you don't have your buffs up, you don't have the enemies controlled as much, and then I go into auto, and then at the end, maybe the last 5 enemies or so, that's when I'll go basic, just to save time. But that whole middle section, it's the AI doing everything, just because I don't have time if I'm going to do a lot of these nodes. Some of them are hard. Some of them are just take a long time. Yeah, it does. And I would like if another kind of, I'll tie it into, this is number 4. This is number 4. I'll tie it into number 4 on this list is, for some of these, like whenever you're selecting a team, right, to fight a battle,
the fact that you have to wait this 57 seconds, in order for you to be able to kind of pick you can't see the 57 seconds now, but that you have to wait the 57 seconds or the minute to be able to do it. Sometimes you want to kind of figure out, okay, well, what's the best team for this particular node? Save squads will probably help to not have to figure that out too much. But, just being able to, just having to wait an extra, only having a minute, because in War you have 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that to pick your team. I would like if they expanded the time a little bit, on this list, on the raid battle here, just so you can have a little bit more time to choose, who you want to go into. That's just my thoughts. And yeah, I would like that. Maybe I'm being a little nitpicky, but that's kind of one of the things that I would appreciate.
Be as nitpicky as you. This is your list, brother.
True.
We'll let the audience decide which one they like better.
That's true. And then the absolute for me, this is the last one, and this really just came out because of PvP. I would like if they improve the reset times on pretty much to be more synced to a lot of the other things in this game. So Arena has a set time when that resets. You have real-time PvP
Blitz.
that resets at a different time too as well.
Yeah.
Blitz, resets at a different time. Your store resets. I would like if they kind of just sync those up a little bit more so that you could plan better, when it comes to, kind of just the activities that you're going to get done throughout the day. Obviously you kind of pick your own war zone time. So you have multiple selections. So you kind of decide that. But, for real-time PvP, for Arena, for your store, I would just like if those times are a little bit more synced, together.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could disagree with that one. That's very strange. It's like they started off with something, then they added something else, and that timers are weird. Then they added something else, and that timers are weird. Do a whole revamp of all the timers, get them all synced, get it to in a level that makes sense. They may have to be two, one for the arena and one for your daily reset. But if a lot of these things coincided with each other, I think that would make it a lot less confusing for players, especially new players that have all these different resets that they're not used to. Some of the longer time players had these added in over time, so like, oh, one more, okay, but it can be overwhelming for newer players when they got like 5 or 6 resets that they need to track. And yeah, it'd be helpful. Hopefully,
quality of life, right? Quality of life.
New players, retain your new players, Scopely.
Please. Think about it.
Yes. Less confusion.
Less confusion. Makes it better. Listen, I'm a simple man. Okay, I'm a simple man. Got a lot of stuff going on in my life. And I would just like if things were a little bit more set so I can know exactly what I'm doing with myself. Okay? That's all. I'm just a simple guy. But listen.
Yes.
Valley, thank you, brother. This is my list. This is my full list, guys. Obviously, like I said, let me know. I know my list was all over the place. Don't judge me. It's fine. I got a lot going on in my brain. All right? There's a lot of things. Now I was trying to condense it for y'all. There's probably like a top 10.
He's a simple man. He's a simple man, guys.
but seriously, brother.
I'm sorry. You said it. I had to repeat.
I am a simple man. I'm a simple man. Don't ask my wife. My wife might say something differently, but I'm a simple man, I believe. But listen, man, I appreciate you being here, brother. Obviously, guys, let me know go check out Valley. Let me know if you think his list is better than my list. Well, curious to hear what you guys are thinking here. Also, let us know what quality of life improvements that you would also like to see come into 2021 in Marvel Strike Force as well. But as usual, guys, appreciate you watching. Valley, can we give him a salute, baby?
A salute, yeah.
Happy New Year, guys. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe.